Hello, thank you for joining me for a 5-minute presentation about My Big Life, a slide deck designed to tell a story all about me, presented by myself, Danielle Henriquez. I grew up on a house on a hill in Monroe, New Jersey. I was the oldest of two sisters. We grew up on 2 acres of land, which allowed us to have a lot of animals. I had a dog, cats, a horse, and even a pony. Lo and behold, it was a baby raccoon that we ended up raising until it was an adult. But of all these animals, the most vicious was our goose. He used to attack us and chase after our feet. Why am I telling you all about these animals I grew up with? Because although we weren't financially well off, I feel like my childhood could be torn from the pages of a storybook, which really allowed me to dream big. There were 4 values that were instilled in me as a young child. Always live by the golden rule, do unto others as they do unto you. Lifelong learning, education was always a driving force in my life. To look beyond the obvious, and to do everything with 100%. Do it with passion or not at all. Growing up in grade school, I had a lot of passion, mostly around the performing arts. I was a beauty pageant contestant. I twirled. I was a cheerleader. I danced. I sang. Halloween was always the biggest holiday in my house, where my mom created these elaborate costumes from scratch. I was an avid reader. I started working on computers in 4th grade and learned how to program from a young age. As I grew older and attended high school, many of my passions gave way to ambition. So I ended up playing a lot of sports, got my first jobs working as a waitress, as well as dancing in Great Adventure as Porky Pig. I continued reading, all in hopes of applying to Rutgers and getting in. Desire and what really drives me was education. So I got my undergraduate degree in Spanish in 1999. I continued on to receive multiple certificates. I received my first master's degree in 2009. I'm currently in the MBS program with a concentration in analytics. Drive. So my career really started off from the ground level. I started at Rutgers as a part-time staff member in 2001, handling basic support. I then moved on into the role of program coordinator, then information specialist, manager of academic program, where I started designing some big data architecture, and finally into my most recent role, business intelligence architect, where I'm really designing now data-driven platforms. So what gives me joy? I single-handedly organized my 20-year high school reunion. It wasn't easy, but it was tremendously rewarding. I am a season ticket holder for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. I like to travel to the Caribbean as much as possible. I coach boys basketball from grades 4th through 8th. And this past summer, I actually created the first summer league for the boys and my baby boxer Bruno. So in closing, my big life really comes down to these 3 things. Be better. Always build upon past experience to make the next experience even better. I invest. Invest in yourself, invest in your education, and invest in others when you can. G, always give 100%. So that's my big life, presented by myself, Danielle Henriquez. If you wish to connect, you can find me on LinkedIn or on Twitter. Again, here's my contact information. And if you wish to follow my cute baby boxer on Instagram, you can follow him at Flashy Bruno.